Thank you. Well, good morning. Well, I have been responsible for the development of the ViSH from the technical point of view, and I will explain you briefly how how the ViSH has been created, and also the main features, and I will give an overview of the main parts. Well, the ViSH has evolved. The ViSH is something which we have tried to shape according to the ideas of the teachers we have collaborating with. And so it has changed a little bit, like Barbara told, from the beginning till now. Now it's basically a site for teachers to collaborate and meet scientists. And basically the main functions are summarized here. You can create, share, and reuse digital resources or projects, because they are very flexible resources, which we call virtual excursions, and perform live virtual events, and an example is the Meet the Scientist. So, let's start in this order. What can I create with the ViSH? Well, our main goal was something which has simplicity of use and is useful for teachers in schools. And in the workshop which Barbara told us, we got a very clear message from the people who were there. The message was, give to us something which makes our life easier in the classroom, or forget about that. I mean, this was the main message. And there were also many small messages, but very interesting, which have been very useful to design the site. So we decided to create something that gave support into the classroom by creating learning resources which were so generic that they could support also projects and activities. And then, well, we started to create it, and we have come up to what you have here. The initial virtual excursion components were basically multimedia mashups. The idea is that, well, you can get everything which is in the internet, put it in a nice visual design, and make something like a PowerPoint slides. These are basically the multimedia mashups where you can insert 3D objects. We have a very nice, we have the human body, a very nice resource. You can put only the skin, remove the skin, put the bones, remove the bones, things like that. We can insert videos. We also introduce quizzes, but quizzes for the classroom, where people with their mobiles can quickly answer to the questions put in the quizzes by the teacher. And also flashcards, which was one of the recommendations which came from an English teacher, Jonathan, who is not no more here. The Jose Viñas, the king of the ViSH, like he is called by some people, is there from the beginning, from the initial workshop till now, and he has given us lots and lots of ideas and discovered things we never imagined he could use with the ViSH. Well, these flashcards, they are basically a hierarchic information structure, and let me try to see if I can manage with this complex system they have here. Well, yes, oops, sorry. Well, and so this is an example of an excursion which was created in the last competition. It's very nice. It's in Spanish, but well, it's about Roman villas in Spain. And basically, so you create these compositions. Then, well, an explanation of the Roman Empire in Spanish, a quiz where you can, and this can be answered by mobile, from the mobiles of the students or tablets in the school, or also by raising hands if they want. No? But we have provided support for the technological access also, and flashcards, where you can basically, well, have here a hierarchic structure where you can highlight aspects of the different parts of the villa in this case, or of other elements or whatever. Well, let me try to come back. No, sorry. Alt tab should make me come out. Perfect. Well, and we have here also, now that this seems to work, for example, one of the first one was this curiosity flashcard. We did it because, well, I mean, this rover had landed in Mars, so we created quickly one of those. And so we have tried to include there, well, the most interesting materials, or the most visible ones. Well, how is the WiSH evolving? I mean, for creating, we have this editor. This editor where you can create these virtual excursions, which we are improving. This is evolving during the project. I mean, we made an experiment. It was very easy to create, and we created virtual tours, which are basically flashcards where you can insert them in Google Maps. For example, I think this, let me see if this is the one. Here I think the 7 wonders of the world should appear, or isn't it? No, this is Doñana. Well, here you have in Doñana places, and you have here, you can highlight things with a geographical location, geolocated over Google Maps. And here, for example, this was created. This is the, well, and this was easy to create, but this was an idea which came from some teachers. I mean, who requested, how could I do things which I can locate in Google Maps? And so we did it, and it's really the flashcard. But the background is not a picture, now it's here. It's basically, I mean, Google Maps. So I am telling you this because I would like to encourage you to tell us more ideas, because they have been very useful to us, and some are really easy to introduce. Now I would like to tell you also what are we doing, which is about to be released, which is enriched video resources, and also something we call web app editors, HTML5 web apps, which can be used to create virtual laboratories, which should be ready in the next weeks. I mean, so let me see what this is. An enriched video is something which had also been requested by you. This is this. Yes. Well, this is an experimental material, so it has not been. It's basically a video which can be combined with the rest of the components of the WiSH. Here we have a video. When we start playing it, well, you have the standard video insert.
Don't eat it.
Okay.
It eats animals.
But
and this one
you can advance it, and when you reach this point, well, this is basically something. Then, in the video, a component of the virtual excursion pops up automatically. This is just informational. You can insert quizzes, flashcards, whatever, virtual tours.
It shapes its
Then
traps from
you
the
close
end of
it,
its
and the
leaves.
video continues.
One or two hairs on their surface act as triggers.
Well, then when we come to the next,
Here comes
something
the-
else will pop up, which is basically a quiz. You have to answer, and then, well, the quizzes, I will not go into the details, but they have been, well, you can start it. We have, well, and the video
Touch the
continues.
hair.
You have here, this is equivalent to these points here. Here you can go to the different points, we could say, in the index of the video. This will be soon ready, and the virtual excursion editor will allow you to integrate into the video. This is a YouTube video. You can do it in videos which are uploaded in the repository of the WiSH, also in videos which come from whatever place in the internet, mainly from YouTube, because this is the place where most of the videos are stored
Others
today.
are likely to follow.
Well, so let me come back. Well, oh, the video is still going on. How can I stop it? Again, I need your help. What can I do?
This fog may be
Oh. Very good, thank you. You are really extremely effective. Okay. Well, so these are the enriched video components and the web app editor. The web app editor is basically an editor for creating HTML5 web applications. We have made a very small experiment. This is not very impressive. This is just an active application which has a JavaScript program behind, and you can design it like any active web page. And here, basically, we created just an example for a mock course we are doing, where, for example, if you put here some extra text. Then you execute this program again, this JavaScript program, and then what you see here, what this page, this HTML page, active, which has active components in JavaScript, produces. We did it for a mock on HTML5 application design because we are very much focused, and here you have all the examples. This has been done by Enrique, who is one of the main designers of the ViSH, and he did it, well, doing some tuning in the backend. But we will incorporate this. This is already working. We have a first version of the editor, and it will be there very soon. Well, let's come back. Okay, and so this is what we will deliver in the ViSH after the end of Global Excursion, because Global Excursion is finishing now. Well, in a couple of days, we will have just the review, and then we will freeze it, but we will keep it. I mean, we will not introduce new functionality because we need a project which tune simple things we will do. If you have simple ideas which take just a short amount of manpower, then we will put it in, but we cannot do big improvements until we have a new project which really has the resources to do it. So this is what we can do as creators inside the ViSH. What can we do as social people to communicate with others? Well, what is the basic scheme within the ViSH? When you create an excursion, you give it to the ViSH. You are the intellectual owner, but you give it to the ViSH with a license, which you agree when you register and when you upload the excursion, which is a Creative Commons alike license, where you give also the right for non-commercial reuse and modification. People can change the things and do something different. So the basic rule is that excursions are public, they are open, they can be inserted anywhere like YouTube videos, but only people who register in the ViSH and who accept the conditions of use of the ViSH can clone excursions. They can make a copy and enrich it or translate it to a different language or whatever. And we expect that this collaboration among content producers, among teachers, really quickly increases the content. I mean, our experience with the competitions was really fantastic. I mean, the number of excursions in the ViSH during the competition, which was less than 1 month, increased by a factor of 5 or 6, I mean. Which was, and the quality of the excursion has been also really fantastic. I mean, some of you will present them here, and we will see. What do you have to do to clone an excursion? It's very simple. You just have to click here. You click there, and then you have in your working repository a cloned version, which you can reuse. And the ViSH keeps a nice track of who has contributed to your excursion, because all the authors who have contributed, which means that have been cloned to reach the excursion you have cloned, they are kept there and they are recognized by the work they have done and what they have given to the community of content producers of the ViSH. So basically it's very simple here. You can also reuse this very easily. Well, you can just use it. This is public. You don't have to be registered to show this in your classroom, or to embed it. To embed it, you have to go to here, to the embed, and to take the code, and you embed it in a website, in Facebook, in Twitter, in your Moodle, or whatever, just like you embed the YouTube videos. It's exactly the same. Well, what can I do also to share it and to interact with the community? Well, ViSH users form a small social network, which is very much like to Twitter. I don't know if you are familiar with Twitter. I imagine many of you will be. But basically, you can follow people and see what they are doing, and people can follow you. And basically, when you go to your home, which has this form, we must improve the usability and the message that people know better what is in here. What you have there is the latest virtual excursion produced by the people you follow, or at least this should be the message. Then, basically, I mean, you can follow people, basically the people you are most interested in, which should be colleagues which produce content of the same kind of you. But you have also recommendations. I mean, you have recommendations when you see an excursion, you have recommendations on the sites. When you finish it, you get also recommendations like in YouTube. And this should lead you to further navigation over the site. When you navigate, then how can I collect the things which I like? Basically by making them favorites or by including them in a category. Each user has a set of categories in his profile where every category he creates is there, and also a category for favorites, and everything he clicks in favorites or he clicks in favorites and introduces in a category, then this is stored in his category. How do I make something favorite? Just by clicking here. Everything about an excursion of the operations are here in this line. And here, when I click on this, then I get all my categories, and I can click on a given category and put it in my category, in the category I like for this excursion. So the idea is that we can effectively classify and select the things we like while we navigate through the site. Well, then, how can I reuse the content of the ViSH? The keyword here is HTML5. As most of you know, HTML5 is the technology of the future. If you want that something is accessible from your mobile phone, from your tablet, from your Google glasses, and whatever it can come in the future, you have to use HTML5. We took a risky decision when we started is to base it in Google in HTML5 because HTML5 was not completely ready. The standards are still evolving, things are coming up. Not all the features have been introduced in all the browsers. Some implement only 75%, other 80, other 90%. But it was really a it was really a good decision because now it has matured much more than when we started, and we can do everything we need in the ViSH with HTML5. So what is the first thing we do? I mean, every virtual excursion, due to the use of HTML5, can be projected in the physical classroom or also in the virtual classroom in MashMe TV like a PowerPoint. And this is very good for sharing it. We took this idea from you, from the first workshop, where basically you told us, okay, the best thing is that you don't have to do any work to present this on the classroom. Let's do it just projectable. And this is possible in HTML5. Then HTML5 has also provides you mechanism by using responsive design to make your resources available in smartphones, tablets, Google glasses, whatever. So everything is visible on any browser, and we can adapt to the size of your screen with the technologies which HTML5 provides. HTML5 is just basically HTML, CSS for visual designs, and JavaScript for the programs you have to do. Everything in the world is now in HTML5. I mean, in Google, when you use Google, what you use in, I would say 85 or 95 of the code you are using when using Google Maps or this kind of things is basically HTML5. And so we took the good decision. It was a little bit cumbersome at the beginning, but it has given us a lot of benefits. What can I do also if it's HTML5? Then it's very easy to embed it everywhere. I mean, for example, I would like here also to ask to the people here to make embeds, because this will higher our ranking quite a lot. For example, make embeds of the virtual excursion you put in Facebook, in Twitter, in any site, in Google Plus, in Google Plus, in every place, in your Moodles, in your Blackboards, in Coursera, in the MOOCs, which have a huge number of users. For example, I made this JavaScript editor, interactive editor, to introduce this in a MOOC course we are giving now in a platform which is called Myriada X. And well, just by putting it there, 5,000 new students, new people went into the ViSH to see this excursion, because well, they have thousands, tens of thousands of users. Well, and HTML5 provides also very interesting features. For example, in the mobile, they allow you, and I don't know if it's there or if it will be there in the next weeks, the possibility that you take a photograph and you upload it to the ViSH directly from your mobile into your Excursion. When the students are in the classroom and they have the mobile, so the teacher is there, he photographs the reaction, the result of an experiment or whatever, and immediately you have it in your virtual Excursion. So we want to support the activities, and so we are stressing on having all these things ready. Well, basically, well, here I have, and well, all these things, the embeds, all these things are here in this slide. I just wanted to stress it here again. And then we have, as a last element of the ViSH, the live virtual events. With the Meet the Scientists is our best example. This has been done with this MashMe TV virtual rooms. MashMe TV, as Barbara explained, is a spin-off company from the university, which has been extremely effective. It got at about 1 year ago, a little bit less, the first venture capital round of €500,000. It is now creating an office in the States. It has over 500,000 users. It won the prize of the WebRTC conference, in the first prize in Paris recently. It's very, very successful, and it's doing a lot of things, and we have benefited a lot from this session. It provides also to us something which is extremely useful. I have no time to demonstrate, but this makes the MashMe sessions very effective when you have it, because it was not ready in many of the previous experiments, but it is now ready. It has been released very recently, which is live audio and video streaming from your mobile phones or tablets. Such when we go to this in this Meet the Scientists sessions to the research labs or to the research infrastructures, then you can go with your mobile and you can interview the people just with the camera, with the rear camera. You show them, you ask them, and then everybody is seeing what this person is doing and to what this person is answering. Or you go, for example, to the microscope, to the electronic microscope, and then you show what it is, and then everybody is seeing, because you can show the video in large. You can show everything with your mobile, because this is the perfect sensor for making this kind of interactive sessions where you are not in a room, but you are in a place and showing everything which is there. Well, and I think my time is finishing. This is the last, well, the previous to the last slide. We have many standards here. We use Loom for the classification and taxonomy, Dublin Core. The virtual Excursion can be exported in SCORM. We will go to Tinkan, Surrey. We have other protocols for interconnection. Basically, something I would like to show you before I finish, because I forgot, is that when we go to the virtual Excursions, basically here, I think it's here, we have now released a couple of things which were not there, and I've forgotten to mention. Oops. Basically, we have included everything about the ViSH. For those of you who do not find it, is here in this line. For example, here we have introduced the taxonomy. Sorry, this is in Spanish, but the catalog here is the catalog, which should be the taxonomy. This was introduced recently, such that you have a classification of the resources according to the topics you use, physics, chemistry, whatever. You have here, and you have here, you can go to the one you like. Here we have all the things you had before. Something which is also useful is here you have the results of your quizzes. This is something which many people do not find. When you run a quiz, everything is kept here. And if you go to this part of the ViSH, then you have there the recording of all the quizzes you have run live in your classes. And you have here all the results of what the people have answered. Well, this is just, Barbara told me to tell you this, and so before finishing. And well, the rest I think you are more or less familiar with it. And then let me finish. Sorry for the chaotic way of going back and forward, but I forgot about it. Well, about standard, you have here the thing, this is more boring stuff, and the conclusions. Well, UPM and Agora, which is a spin-off, which is also participating and which has done, will keep the ViSH alive for the next year, so you can count with it. And You can not only count, we would encourage you and be very, very happy if you use it and you promote it among your colleagues. We will fix the functionality what I have shown to you, but I think this is quite a lot. I mean, people like it very much. We will have new competitions in the future and also new Meet the Scientist sessions for those of you who will participate. So count with the ViSH for using it as much as you like. We have been showing it in many places and people like it. We have gone to many educational departments in the regional, even national governments in Madrid region, in Spain. They are extremely excited. They already organized meetings for us to present it to all the technological institutes in the Madrid region. We went also to the ministry. We have a meeting planned in the next month. And in other countries, the same is happening. The ViSH is not only useful for creating resources in schools, it's also useful for creating sources for universities and even in commercial aspects. But this site is specifically devoted for we could say resources which are useful in the schools, because I mean sites must have a thematic focus. No, you cannot mix here everything coming from everywhere and from everybody. So we will keep it as a site for you, where the resources can be shared, enriched, and we hope that you will benefit. Because, for example, if you get, like Jose suggested, in Galicia they have 300 teachers, and if they join and decide that 1 out of 10, which is 30 teachers, produce one resource, you would have 30 resources in biology, which could cover a complete course probably for you. So it's very easy to create resources you can reuse, you can get them from other countries, translate them, and I would like to encourage you to do it. Also, the ViSH technology is very useful. The virtual excursion concept, which is an idea we had at the beginning when we were proposing the project, is really consolidating. People are liking it. We went, for example, very recently, because this version of the ViSH I would like to highlight, that has been finished middle of October. So it's a very, very recent. We did a complete redesign of the usability in the summer. We decided to do it in June, July last summer, because we thought we could have big improvements. And well, the people who have assessed it have told us that, well, they like it much more. And so this, what we have here, and what has been really gone public, is just has 3 months of life. And so it's a very recent technology. We have started to show it. For example, in January, I showed it to Indra, which is a large Spanish company, which has many. And immediately they said, okay, we like the virtual excursion concept. We would like to introduce it in our products. And so we have gone with them together to an offer they had in Galicia, also by chance. And where they wanted to have in this offer the virtual excursion concept introduced, enriching his e-learning products. Well, so it has a lot of things possible. We plan to support it, as I told you, and feel free also to get in contact with us for any use and for anything. Well, and this is basically everything I wanted to tell you. If you have any question, then please feel free, and thank you for your attention.